Hey, good morning. How you doing this morning? Again, this is Arthur Frank Dinkins coming at you, aka Mr. D. I want to come to you with something. I didn't write it down, so I'm just coming straight from the heart. Straight from what's put in here. I was laying on my sofa, and I like watching certain videos, especially motivational, inspirational videos where they're using the Word of God and giving analogies, in terms of what's going on in our lives. And it's kind of the way Jesus is. When he spoke, he gave his word, but he also gave parables or examples so people can better understand. I'm one of those people. You can put the hardest math problem in front of me, and that one answer to that problem may be a page or two long. I'm the type of person, I'm trying to find the shortest route to still get the correct answer. To me, one plus one is two. One times one is one. I'm a simple person. I like the simplicity of things. And God's word says, make it plain. Write it down, make it plain. So that's me. And that's the way that I like to speak. That's the way that I like to write. That's the way that I prayed for the Lord to give it to me. So without going further, this what I want to discuss, waves came to mind. There are all kinds of waves that come in our life. They could be start off as titles that can turn into tsunamis. I love watching Planet Earth, Blue Earth, and I was watching this episode, with the dolphins and how these waves come. And the dolphins is like they're going about their business, and the wave come, instead of running away trying to get away from it, they ride with it, still going to wherever they're going. And they're having fun with it. So it appears that way, but they're just riding with the wave, and it's helping them to get to wherever they need to be. Surfers, they go out and they sit there and they wait for that wave to come and rise. And then they ride with it. There is no fear there. I was also watching this one episode where it was this snake and this lizard. And like I said, waves come at you in any kind of way. It doesn't necessarily have to be water. It's just life, and that's what I'm trying to get at. So it was this lizard. He was just sitting there, and this huge snake spotted that lizard, smelled him. So he started trying to sneak up on the lizard. The lizard saw it. Now the lizard was looking up to the hill, which is where he was trying to get to, where his family was. But the lizard started running, and the snake chasing him. And it was intense. I got into it, but I started looking at this spiritually. The lizard was running. And he going around stuff. This snake was on him. This lizard jumping up on rocks and going over. The snake rising up over it. And then all of a sudden the lizard stopped. He just stayed there. And the snake was coming. But the lizard was checking everything out. So it was snakes to his left. It was snakes to his right, coming at him at every angle. So they was trying to ambush him. But he was still looking up to that hill like, this is where I have to get. And so the lizard takes off running again. The snake thought he had him, but this lizard took off running again. And he running and he running and he looking at the hill and he running. Now, sometimes we can run and we'll run right into that enemy. You know what I mean? David was running from Saul, but Saul was always put in David's way. Many times David could have got him, but he didn't. When David was in that cave, Saul was over there, handling his business, using the bathroom. David came up on him. He could have got him then, but he didn't. So this lizard was running and he ran right into a swarm of these snakes because there really was nowhere else he can go. And they started just wrapping around him, you know what I mean? And he's sitting there and the lizard just stood there frozen. He's still looking up. It's like the camera was zoomed in on this. And the lizard looking up and the snakes are in a frenzy like, yeah, we about to get him. And they were so caught up in what they was caught up in. The lizard, as soon as he saw that little break, because he never took his eyes off the prize, he got away. He jumped on this rock, that rock, that cliff, and for you know it, he was up there and the snakes was trying to come at him, but they was falling down. If we keep our eyes on the prize, no matter the waves that come at us, no matter what it is, I don't care what it is, if it's coming at us, if we keep our eyes on the prize, that way of escape will be made. See, we got to stop testing ourselves. When things come at you, instead of breaking down towards me, ride with it. You can't pay that bill. You don't really have the funds to pay it. You've prayed, you've asked the Lord. He gave you gifts, he gave you talents. You know, them waves come at you as bills. Those waves come at you when your children acting up, when your relationship acting up with your job. Sometimes you just got to look at it for what it is and ride with it. Don't freak out. Don't spaz out. Don't panic. That's just ride with it, because see, greatness is in you, and you will find yourself like those surfers. You will find yourself like those dolphins. You would just be riding with that wave. That's, to me, pretty much how life is. You know, a lot of times we think curveballs are coming at us all the time. They coming like, man, I just can't get this right, get this straight for nothing. It's not the balls that's curved. It's you who's crooked, because you're trying to see it your way. We got to seek first the kingdom of heaven. We have to understand that our ways screw us up. But when we in line, when we're in tuned with the waves of the Lord, his word, because we're supposed to be living epistles, we just stay on that narrow path and we walk straight. He gonna get us to where we're supposed to be. We just have to trust him. So don't spaz out when those waves come at you. Don't even worry about it. Just ride with it and watch where it takes you. It's gonna take you exactly where you are destined and purposed to be. I speak that for myself. Now, it may not be where you want to be, but it's exactly where the Lord wants you to be, because it's something that you have to learn while you're in that wave. And when you get there, you may not appreciate where you are initially, but eventually you will, and be like, wow, I got this, because you're going to look back and be like, wow, I came through that relationship. I got another job that's better. My kids are starting to respond and act accordingly. They're not knuckleheads. My relationship, he's finally getting it together. She's finally getting it together. They're appreciating me. I don't really care for the word respect, especially since I've been reading the word, because it said God is no respecter of person. And when you show respect someone, it kind of makes you lean more toward that person instead of seeing it for what it really is. So you'll learn to appreciate the waves that come at you in life. You could have gotten yourself caught up in some mess. And people coming at you from every different angle, especially if you out there in those streets and you playing that street game. You know what I mean? You get out there, you got somebody behind you, and you got those in front of you. You got those on your left and right, and everything filled in between, and you running and you can't get away. And see, you get slaughtered because you took your eyes off the prize a long time ago, because you thought you can handle it yourself. But even in those situations, if you just look up and you keep your eyes focused on him, he gonna make a way of escape for you. Only if you really want it. Seek first. And them waves will really take you and get you to where you really need to go. I hope that makes sense. It made sense to me. I just pray that it made sense to you. Like I said, it wasn't nothing that was written down. It was just on me. Waves is a part of life. Some are big, some are small, some are huge. But it doesn't matter. You just have to flow with it, and it'll get you where you need to be. May destroy some stuff, but it's going to get you to where you need to be. And sometimes it's just to rebuild you, to start you over again, not to destroy you. And if it destroys you, it's destroying that your old way of thinking. The way you used to do things is moving people out your way that you never should have been with. It's moving that man from you. It's moving that woman from you. It's carrying you to where you need to be. Those snakes that chased that lizard, it was carrying that lizard to where it was trying to get to, because any other time it probably would have been all over the place, but he didn't take his eyes off the prize. And that's the whole point of these waves that come at you in life. So don't freak out. Don't panic. Stay prayed up. Stay focused. And remember, oneness is key.